are those ambiguous endings, like endings that can be interpreted. Did they survive?
Yeah.
Did they not survive? Did they survive?
Is the unkillable enemy finally killed?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
then the last scare, the final scare, where they
Right.
come back, they open an eye or whatever, and it's just
Right.
like it
And
cuts right there.
To win, did the hero have to become the monster themselves? Like there's a lot.
The true monsters were the friends we made along the way.
They're all inside of me now.
I'm feeling real slow.
But that's just normal for me.
Are you the cookie monster?
It's just normal for me. Give me cookie.
Me just so tired.
The internet is for porn.
I'm diabetic cookie monster. Cookies make me sleepy.
I can only have sugar free now. It tastes like crap, but I want to live.
That's Cookie Monster meets Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I want to leave.
Eat the cookies if you want to live.
God.
Oh, these cookies are so delicious. Put the cookie down. I want to.
Put the cookie down. That's a bomb.
Wait, is Cookie Monster Sesame Street
Yes.
or Muppets?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sesame Street.
Well, technically, like they're all Muppets, kind of, because Jim Henson made a lot of those.
But the Muppet Show is
It's different. Do you know what? Do you know that Cookie Monster has a British cousin?
yes, we learned about
Is
this
he the
together.
Biscuit Monster?
Yes, he is. He is totally the biscuit
Of
Of
monster.
course, you would get that right. We also guessed that too. We just didn't write
Like
it down for
biscuit?
a trivia thing.
Like, yeah,
I was pissed.
that was fun.
Yeah. Well,
And with
welcome.
that,
And with that,
yeah,
oh shoot,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
It was about like
That's
2
fine.
minutes. Welcome everybody to the Bards and Balladeers podcast about story and narrative in all its forms. I'm Kate.
Oh, Oscar.
So, hey, hold on.
What's your name?
I am Rio. Hi.
He remembered.
I did.
But yes, thank you for joining us. You're probably joining us here on YouTube, but we are also available on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. But most importantly, where you can have the most interaction with us is via Discord. So we do have a Discord server. Highly recommend you finding us there. Come join us. We love talking about ourselves. We're
narcissistic.
We are. No, just kidding. We love talking about things that have to do with story. We're all authors. We're all creators in other ways besides writing. Like I am also a musician. Rio is also, he writes comics. And he does all of our video editing. Oscar, too, you do other things
I run
too.
role-playing games.
Yes, he does. So join the fun there at Discord. We have all of our links in the description below for our personal sites along with Discord as well. And any special upcoming events, I think we just did.
I believe so. We just did book fair for grown-ups. I
Yeah,
believe.
it was amazing. We sold so much.
So much.
Come next time and see us all. We don't know how it's turning out.
Oh, I'm trying to put it into the ether,
It's gonna
man.
be great.
Yeah,
gonna be
I
great.
like to sabotage things.
Last year was amazing. We know that this year is just going to be amazing too.
Yeah, it's a fun little event, and if you want to get books and or you already did, so never mind.
Yeah.
You already did.
no,
you got
no.
all the books. And today,
Thank you for buying our books
Yes,
there.
thank you.
Yes. Actually, in a funny way, talking about book events, today we're specifically talking about genres in story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, plots in different genres, like recurring plots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or expected plots almost.
Plot,
yeah,
trope,
yeah.
plot tropes in different genres.
Tropes. Tropes genres.
Troples.
Troples.
I like troples.
or
Which-
tropes.
Oscar, do you want to take a minute to help us all get on the same page with genres of tone versus genres of setting, which would be what we're talking about today, right? The setting one or
So, genre of tone, I wish I had written this down.
oh,
But now we're gonna put
we
you on
can
the
backtrack.
spot.
Yeah.
Genres of tone, I think, are kind of like comedy and
Drama.
comedy,
Dramas.
kind of the things you would see in a movie store because people are like,
The
I don't want
headaches.
anything really heavy today. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Drama occurs in every genre.
Right.
Humor occurs in every genre.
Mhm.
Mystery occurs in nearly every genre. Like, mystery is also a genre of book, but like we're kind of going with the book definitions of genres today because like some of these throw it way too open. Like drama, what do you mean? Like, what's the setting?
Yeah.
What's the
Right.
time period? Like,
Mhm.
that's really what defines genre in the way we're talking about it today.
Right.
We're not talking, drama, comedy,
Dramedies.
dramas.
I mean, I do feel like, so yeah, I agree with you. It's just like there is, in a good story, there's a little bit of everything, right?
Mhm.
I think dramas where it's just like the focus isn't on anything but the interpersonal like reactions and relationships between people. That's really what a genre is to, or a drama is to me. Where comedy is like, we're going to add punchline one after another. And it's there just specifically for the idea of making you laugh, like,
Mhm.
and it like, and yeah, maybe there's like even Liar Liar. I don't know why I'm thinking about this one, but like there's a little bit of drama on that, just how he connects with his son, and that's where that drama comes from, is where
Right.
like he connects with his son. But the whole movie is very much, him being Jim Carrey,
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can
Okay.
get genres of tone in different genres too, like sci-fi. You could have climate fiction in sci-fi,
Sure.
Sure.
or fantasy, or history, or real contemporary world. You can have like all these kinds of things. I
Mhm.
thought of another one. I already forgot about it, but
Sure.
but yeah, like, so we're going with the kind of the more setting based ones. I think like the where someone says the genre and you're like, okay, I know what kind of setting that's going to be.
Yeah.
I know what kind of story that's going to be. A lot of the time it's almost defined by these tropes we're going to talk about. So it's not to say that these other genres, like that's one that there's a storytelling. There's one that's based on the storytelling leg of story, like not world building, plot, or character. It's like lit RPG. That's like a
Oh.
genre now.
That's a big genre.
But that can be sci-fi or fantasy or any of those things that
Right.
you would run a role playing game in. So that's another one that's more like a tonal, like it's not even tonal,
Right.
it's storytelling mechanism.
Right. It's
Sure.
a lighter, like focused on something not as heavy. Like
Right.
Sword Art Online was a lit RPG
Oh.
in Japan. Yeah. Before it wasn't even like a manga or anything. It was a literal book,
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
and they had like
Okay.
stats and like the book goes into like how like his stats are at what point of the shows and everything, and how like what the monster levels are and stuff like that too. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I have
Actually.
never read any lit
haven't
RPG,
either.
and like it's gotten mixed reviews out in public, but we're not going to cover that today. It's going to
No.
be genres we have here today are like, and there are more: fantasy, sci-fi, horror, mystery, crime. Mystery and crime, we put 2 genres for that: westerns, war, romance. We didn't put pirates, but I'll include that in westerns because like it's kind of that same kind of frontier thing.
Mhm. Mhm. I believe that.
That is a stretch.
Well, we can just say historical fiction is a genre as well.
Sure, yeah.
We didn't write it down here, but obviously I know it's a
Pirates
I know.
needs its own category.
yeah.
That's how
No.
cool it is.
Historical fiction is good enough.
Sure.
So yeah, well, we want to talk about the tropes with that this time
Mhm.
around. And
Yeah.
for those who don't remember what a trope is, just this recurring thing. It's recurring so much it's almost predictable and
Sure.
almost formulaic. But
Mhm.
like sometimes it's just that's what sticks to the wall. That's what people want to read. So like, what are the things that come up time and time again in these different genres? And that's by way of getting to talk more about these genres more in depth, one by one, in later episodes. I think.
Sure.
Mhm. I
So
agree.
So why don't we just start off with fantasy?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Fantasy.
Mhm. And getting a big one out of the way too, and I hate saying out of the way because it's consistent. People look forward to it sometimes. It's the hero's journey. And so that's taking that usually just a kid that doesn't know anything about the world, then must leave home to go on some quest to then save the world and save their own world and return back home eventually, hopefully. It's a very quick summary, I think, of the hero's journey.
yeah, it pretty much takes that format. I mean, the
Yeah.
details change, but like that structure is the trope. And these are plot tropes. So hero's journey is kind of a structure, but there's also a plot to it almost all the time. Again, saving the world, go on a
Yeah.
quest, discover whatever, or, learn your true powers, or
Facing some kind of temptation along
Yeah.
the way.
Sure.
Mhm.
powering up.
Powering up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the powering up, like the becoming more and more competent until you're ready to fight the big boss.
Right.
Right.
That's why you go around and level up before you go to last dungeon.
just-
Boss is actually just yourself.
Just the friends we met along the way and the boars we killed are the true.
Yeah.
But I also think a really big one in fantasy too are the like fantastic creatures side of fantasy.
Yeah.
Which I think you use quite a bit in your stories, Rio.
Yeah.
Just, with the various creature types, and you're constantly creating new Valkus, which we call beasts in the world of Navold.
Yeah.
Fantastic beasts.
And where to find them. But yeah, I mean, it's almost like you can still have fantastical, like supernatural, like paranormal, all that stuff. But in any of those things, there's some kind of thing that is bestial or mythical or some kind of just not of anything that we see. And you expect something of that in there, because otherwise then it's not really fantasy and you're just writing like an urban drama or something like that,
True.
Because fantasy is the unreal, right?
Yeah.
It's the stuff that's not here.
And it's for it to be a plot trope, it's often like the mythical creatures or the mythical elements are central to the plot. Like you think about Daenerys's dragons in Game of Thrones. It doesn't have to be the main plot, but it is a plot trope.
Yeah.
It can be a subplot, main plot, whatever. How to Train Your Dragon.
Right.
Reign of Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. I want an urban fantasy, maybe.
Yeah, I would consider that urban fantasy. Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about defeating the dragon,
That, and like there's even like the spiders, the other various creatures, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Chronicles of Narnia too. Like there are
what?
Of Narnia.
Anyway.
There are so many in there that are also just normal ass creatures. Can I say
normal quack creatures?
Yeah.
A lot of ducks.
And also lots of ducks, and also fantastic creatures like centaurs and
unicorns.
Yeah,
the last unicorn.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
that's just central character.
Central of the plot.
Yeah. Even like movies like Dragonheart. I like
a lot
that.
of dragons. People like dragons.
Dragons are a big. I don't know why.
They're probably the tropiest of tropes in fantasy.
Yeah.
Honestly. They are the most popular thing in fantasy, I think.
Why do you think that is?
People like dinosaurs.
And it's ingrained in a lot of like European like stuff. Arthur Pendragon, like that symbol of the dragon, the mythological dragon is all like in that European kind of area. So I feel like that
China.
trends.
And they have their as well.
Own.
Yeah,
but those
different dragons.
Yeah, I think they're dragons. I don't think they call them dragons. I think we call them dragons because that's just the closest thing we have to them. But they're serpents of some type, I think.
Worms. Wyverns.
But I can't tell you how many times we have a book, Wonders and Dragons, that we wrote a short story in.
Anthology.
It's anthology. And I can't tell you how many times people will see, say, dragons, and they'll stop and they'll beeline for that. Like, people love dragons.
Kidding when I said they're the most popular trope in fantasy. I've met authors who they just sell dragon merch and their books and they make more off the merch.
Sure. Yeah.
Just dragons,
We have a friend, Redheaded Katie. I think that's her name. Do you remember? Anyways.
Yes, I do.
She has a comic that she draws and everything is called Dragon Child. And she also stitches dragon plushies. And every con that we've been with her, she sells all the plushies first, before she sells a con, which I don't know, as a creator, maybe you don't care, because she does the patterns herself for those dragons. So at least it's her art. But as an author, you'd be like, no, buy my book.
But don't you
there's
like this?
Extra time investment.
Yeah.
It's true.
I gotta say, the girl with the dragon tattoo probably made more money by having the word dragon and the word tattoo in the title.
Sure.
And I also girl.
Yeah.
True.
Because the boy with
sexist.
The boy with the phoenix piercing would not sell as well.
I had a phoenix piercing, but I got infected.
Yeah.
It's better than a Prince Albert.
I also feel like dragons too symbolize something greater that people couldn't put to words back before. It's almost on the same level as the industrial machine, the havoc that dragons can, cause wherever they go.
The ultimate obstacle buster. Yeah. The ultimate and independent creatures.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Usually always very intelligent.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like King of the Skies,
Yeah.
But yeah, very popular. And also they're typically portrayed as just cool and or beautiful.
Yeah.
And also people who are I have this fantasy of being rich. There's the whole dragon horde idea, which I don't know if that started with Tolkien, but it's definitely been in the fantasy vernacular for decades since then.
Would you consider Jurassic Park a fantasy as well? Or would that be a sci-fi? Because
I would call it sci-fi, but I feel like it's the same appeal as the dinosaur thing. When we were talking about dragons, and I said people like dinosaurs. That's where my mind went.
Right.
I think because of how much science is actually happening in
bring
it.
them back, you know.
Yeah, like the dinosaurs are not a mysterious thing.
They're real. They were real.
Yeah. So because of that, I think it's sci-fi.
It could be. There's a Venn diagram between sci-fi and horror.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Because of like the video stores had them in one section, and you could just put Jurassic Park right in the center of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What was it categorized? I think it was action
or adventure.
Action adventure was one category. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would put it. Yeah, sci-fi. It fits all those multiple genres.
Right. But what is it more of? Kind of like
Yeah. And people usually think sci-fi. They're like space aliens, when it's none of those.
But not space aliens, because that would be weird.
Yeah, it's obviously it's all about
another one that. Aliens. Sorry. I don't know. The whole, like, even though we talk about myths a couple episodes back, but the pantheon like of gods type stuff. Like one of my, I hate admitting how much that I love this movie, but I love Sam Worthington, is Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
I saw the early 80s one.
Sure. This one.
In the theater.
Yeah.
The one with the stop motion.
Yeah.
The skeletons.
I was like 3-4 years old.
Dang.
I barely remember anything.
Sure. Remember the skeletons a bit.
Yeah.
The new one I thought was it's just classic, like easy watching. You don't need to know anything about like the gods or anything. Like it's just, I hate saying cheap story with pretty people in it.
Yep.
But I think that's something that there's like a big obsession with, like, especially like Greek gods that people just, even like Percy Jackson. With the lightning
Hercules,
thing.
Legendary Journeys, Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh my gosh.
Xena was an awakening for me.
For a lot of people. Yep.
I'm not even ashamed to say that. She's a beautiful girl.
I support this.
I like big cheekbones.
And I cannot lie.
And just something about them. I think it's, again, the mysticism in a way that they were, that we talked about in the myths episode, that like there's like we idolized them to a certain degree, put them on pedestals, and they become like, I think just the idols are is the only word that I can think of for it. And people are just fascinated by that.
Right. Because a lot of people, I think, wow, we go to books and stories and movies. We want to know what it was like to be there. So like that fantasy covers so much. We either want to think what it was like back then, or sci-fi. We want to know what it's going to be like. You know, that's how I always kind of perceive it. It's like future think or back think, past think.
Looking forward, looking back.
Yeah.
I think that fantasy has that one last one of like, you know, the discovering magic, or like the new world that is opened up by magic.
Yeah.
It's almost like a portal story.
A little bit,
You know, just like Harry Potter, you know. And again, I don't even know that I would call Harry Potter straight up fantasy, maybe urban fantasy, but it's still fantasy.
Right. Only because that past like world that's been built on the fantasy, on the like magic is still tied to the real world. And when they go to like Hogwarts, when they go to Hogwarts, it's like back in the past. Like it's back, it looks like it's from the 1950s, 1920s, whatever, you know. It's like and because they're preserving that kind of like aspect of their magic, their way of life and everything, because they don't need all this modern stuff. Like, you know, they got brooms they can fly around.
That's true.
I think fantasy is, to sum it up, is more like a genre that's about exploring mythological phenomenon.
Sure.
And even if it's not based directly on one set of myths, like mythology, you can almost trace all of it back to mythology, even Tolkien.
Sure.
He tried to create his own mythology, but then therefore that traces back to mythology. And he was borrowing from other mythologies. So it's kind of like magic and like mythological races and pantheons and the hero's journey.
Sure.
That all goes back to mythology.
It's true. Even like, I'll even say like my own Conquering Chronicles story, like is heavily inspired by like Inca, you know, faith, the indigenous faiths, like in South Central, like North America, like Central America, South North America, you know what I mean? And then other regions of our world too, because I feel like I would not ever be able to create something so unique. Like there's enough inspiration from our world that can then like spark other fantastic stories too.
Going on to the science fiction side of it, it's like, speculating about the future a lot of the time. It's not always future.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be future to be sci-fi.
Or near future.
Yeah. Like either way, like if Jurassic Park is sci-fi, that's not,
It's
future.
present time. And even like Star Wars, beginning in a galaxy a long time ago in a galaxy far, far
that's
away.
the past. They said so.
Yeah. So fancy.
Yeah.
With space.
That's why it's fantasy and space.
So many inconsistencies in Star Wars. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho.
But a big aspect of sci-fi is anything outside of Earth. Like, once we leave Earth.
Extraterrestrial. Yes.
E.T. for those people who know.
Yeah.
Short form.
Short form.
And I guess as far as plots, I mean, space and advanced technology aren't so much plots, but like developing advanced technology for some plot reason, or like maybe exploring space. Like you get like, that's a lot of the earlier stuff is exploring space. And now like those are the plots.
Yeah.
And now we're like, okay, well, we did all that. Now let's do other sci-fi that's built on that.
Sure.
Like having, like that whole aliens to coming to kill us kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're always going to be invaded by aliens. What's the deal here?
Right. And it's only, and that started like heavily, I feel like in the 60s, or when did people start saying they were starting to get abducted by aliens? Like that became a big thing. Like when I was growing up in the 90s, in the late 80s, like there was a few movies that to this day I cannot watch because you smile because my brother makes fun of me and like he like torments me with this. But like Fire in the Sky was one of the big ones. I remember watching that and like literally traumatized by the idea like that I'm gonna go, if I go outside at night, I'm gonna get abducted. Like I
think it was based on three guys making shit up to try to get out of a contract.
Yeah, something like that.
The movie itself, like
it's pretty intense. Like I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like that abduction scene. I mean, there's no like anal probing or anything, but guy waking up and just like ripping through this like membrane trying to get out, and all of a sudden like there's aliens flowing towards him, and he's trying to get away from them. It was crazy. Like back in the day, and I was like probably like 11 or 12, and that was just like
It's like the horror side.
Yeah.
Or you ever see the old miniseries on TV, V?
Yeah. With the lizard people.
Yep. And they're coming under false pretenses, and then they're like, they just want to like eat us all.
Yep. We are tasty.
I mean, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but another favorite of mine that is sci-fi focused, but seems to like counter some of the things that we're saying is District 9.
I love that movie.
Right. So it is definitely sci-fi, and there are aliens, but they're not coming here to kill us. And in fact, that it's being treated more of like, how do you handle the infestation kind of thing?
Oh, I was gonna say refugees.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Why did infestation make you think of refugees?
Oscar, we need to talk later about this one.
I'm gonna get canceled, guys. But that one is neither in the future or the past. See, I was just skirting right through it.
Yep.
It's very skillfully done.
Thank you. But it is also definitely sci-fi.
Yeah.
And also he goes through a transformation in his own way, which is also biohazard-esque. Anywho.
Yeah, literally and physically.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
But it breaches.
I'm useless with movies.
No, I know, fine. But sometimes I feel the reason why I always ask you is sometimes I just hoping that like there's this one movie that you would have seen and be like, that's a movie I want to see and everything. And then like we have like minds, but I'm wrong every time. And it makes me mad.
I'd see that one. I just haven't yet.
No, I will show you that one because again, it's
Charlotte Copley is
his first movie. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure that's his first movie. That's where you got to start.
And it's all downhill from there. No,
I was going to say, did he do the 18 before or after that? Because, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yes, sci-fi, I think that there's a lot of like we're saying tone tropes versus like setting or plot tropes. And it's like gray sometimes in between them.
I think the intergalactic war kind of thing is
That's
a
another one, yeah.
sci-fi trope.
For sure.
And we're talking actual sci-fi, not fantasy and space. Sorry, Star Wars fans.
Even
We
though
covered that in fantasy.
Yeah.
did.
You got your turn.
Yeah, just add space to it, and
Yeah.
that's not a plot thing.
Because space becomes the setting, not the actual like.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just put all those same plots in space, and there's your Star Wars.
Yeah.
Think more like Star Trek. That's more
Yeah.
like true sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get like like intergalactic or interstellar politics and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
But also just
Dune.
dealing with the hazards of space. That's a plot trope. That's almost like climate fiction for space.
Oh,
Sure.
what's the one we were just quoting in the car? Solar shields. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Sunshine.
3%. Yeah.
Sunshine. That's also sci-fi horror, but like psychological horror almost.
Sure.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
really cool.
Which is-
yeah, it's very cool.
I think just going to space is sci-fi horror
It
I
really
mean,
can.
for astronauts.
It will test humans to the greatest extent because it's an environment we should not be able to survive in.
Mhm.
That's at least my
Yeah.
thought. Which it's funny then that our next topic then is horror
Yeah.
because I
Jumping
think
right into that.
a lot of sci-fi actually could be horror if handled or done in a different perspective or
Right.
had a different soundtrack.
A lot of the time, horror is just sci-fi
Yes.
gone wrong.
Sure.
Yes.
Depending on what started. So like that's where you get the like, what were we thinking plot? That's a trope of horror,
Yeah.
like creating something that man was not meant to create.
Right.
You know?
Ooh,
I
yeah.
travel too far into this realm of
Yeah.
whatever science I've
Like-
chosen.
Starting with like Frankenstein.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even just the mad
keep going.
scientist like trope in general.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
No, we'll
Yeah.
finish horror because we had to restart. So
Yeah.
We have plenty of time.
Yes, we do.
But now I really keep thinking that I'm getting like the plot tropes mixed up with just like tropes.
Like setting tropes and whatever.
Yeah. 'Cause-
But it's easy to get from one to the other because the setting tropes tend to like be put there to launch the plot tropes.
Mm,
You know, like the what were we thinking kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
mhm.
you know, the science gone wrong thing. The unkillable enemy often is like from that,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yes.
that's a thing that could be sci-fi horror again, Terminator.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah.
something created in a lab. I don't remember how like Thing or It or whatever. I mean,
or the blob or like
all those, or Swamp Thing.
something. Yeah.
Oh.
Something that came about through some kind of mutation or experiment gone wrong, things like
Yeah.
that. That's a huge plot trope in
Yeah.
horror and also in sci-fi, I guess. It's often a bridge trope between the two.
Yes.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of like you said the thing, which
And
made me
even,
think.
hell, Jurassic Park even.
Yeah. Yeah. Jurassic Park becomes a horror only because like we don't understand how like truly powerful these creatures are, and
Mhm.
we shouldn't, like you said, what did I do that? What
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, like what was I thinking?
Yeah.
You know?
But definitely all under the unkillable enemy
Yeah.
type. Even if we might be able to figure it out along the way,
Mhm.
we had to go through some creative means to
Right.
get there.
Whether it's zombies or the Mummy,
Yeah.
you know, for different versions of the Mummy, I don't know how people generally view that in terms of horror, but the Mummy is a classic horror monster.
You're
True.
right. He's part of the dark
Mhm.
universe that they were trying to make because
Right.
it was like Wolfman, Mummy, Swamp Thing, Dracula, and maybe one more. I can't remember. Invisible
King
Man.
Kong?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I know like now we've got the Lovecraft stuff like Cthulhu.
Yeah.
That's straight up
Mhm.
horror.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did that first? It was H.P. Lovecraft, right?
Yeah, like was it 30s or 20s?
Was that when he
something
came
like
out?
that?
Oh.
In that era. you
Yeah.
know.
Him and H.R. Geiger should have got together. They probably could have made something cool.
Oh my God.
They might have been alive at the same time. I have no idea.
There might have been an overlap. But I mean, when you mentioned Terminator, I also like, because the first Aliens is more like a horror. Sorry, first Alien,
Yes.
Yeah.
whereas Aliens is more like almost like a military sci-fi
Sure.
Kinda,
horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still horror, but it kind of changes perspective where we're not so incapable
Mhm.
that we have a little more force to it. But then we find out, no, we're still screwed because
Right.
like we can't combat with they're not showing up on heat sensors. They're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
the
say
thermals.
with horror too, one of my favorite, whether or not this is I think it's kind of a plot device, are those ambiguous endings, like endings that can be interpreted. Did they survive?
Yeah.
Did they not survive? Did they
Is the
survive?
enemy, is the unkillable enemy finally killed?
Yeah.
Right.
And then the last scare, the final scare, where they come back, they open an eye or whatever, and it's just like it cuts right there.
To win, did the hero have to become the monster themselves? Like there's a lot.
The true monsters were the friends we made along the way.
They're all inside of me now.
I feel like like the whole cabin in the woods thing, like that, like the movie Cabin in the Woods makes fun of all the tropes while also embodying them. It's great. It's one of my favorite horror comedy movies. But
it's also hard to do horror comedy.
Yeah.
Well, without distracting from the actual, what's going on.
Like that and Zombieland did a great job. I didn't see Shaun of the Dead, but like,
oh no, you'd like Shaun of the Dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's British humor.
Yeah.
I think just that
British
alone.
Humor.
Yeah.
Generally like British humor. Hot Fuzz wasn't quite my thing, but
me too. I agree. I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
I don't remember Hot Fuzz.
That's probably why.
It was fine, but that's all I could say about it. It was fine.
What's the third one? Like the pub at the end of the world or something?
No, it's not at World's End. That's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's something about the end of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Cabin in the Woods is one of those horror movies that even if you don't like horror movies, I've found that the people that don't tend to like horror movies will also like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
And then there's another one too that hits almost like it's self-aware of the tropes that are in it. It's the Leslie Vernon.
Yes.
The Behind the Mask.
By the way, movie. we just backed the second movie.
Yay! Yeah, excellent.
But that's, I think the thing is, if you can subvert any of these you can make something that's unique and that you'll enjoy and watch, because Behind the Mask, the Legend of Leslie Vernon,
that's what it
is a mockumentary that turns into a real horror.
Yeah.
And it's the cutoff. And when you learn when it happens is jarring in the best ways. Yeah. Because then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we're in the horror film,
Right.
So, and it's fun and silly and it's dumb, but then when it's serious, all bets are off.
It's also one of the only horror films that takes that survivor girl plot trope. And I actually like it. Yeah. Like I genuinely I'm not thinking like this isn't realistic. Like it's so well done. And the survivor girl one, I think it's also just a very common one for reasons that Cabin in the Woods explains. But I do think that it's utilized very heavily in horror.
Yeah.
For a number of different reasons.
And I think some of the plots are really just about traumatizing someone and having them survive. And I think that maybe started with Edgar Allan Poe. Things like The Fall of the House of Usher, which is a short story of his.
The one with the heart underneath the
That's Telltale Heart.
Is that? Oh, and, that makes sense.
That's okay.
The pit and the pendulum, the person's eventually released, like traumatize them and then they survive. I feel like that might be part of the one, in at least with horror, it might be one of the origins of the survivor girl trope. It might be the survivor period, and then they just make it a girl for movies.
Right.
Yeah.
It just became a trope because she was the pretty girl or whatever.
Well, I also think that it comes with sometimes you want your reader to cling on to something very easily. If it's a girl, they often want them to be taken care of. They want them to be okay.
Yeah.
They're seen as empathetic.
Yes.
And so it's easier as an empathetic character. It's easier for us to empathize with her.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, she must be feeling like this so much. And you'll see it in lots of episodes of procedurals like Criminal Minds. Like there's the survivor and she's been traumatized.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And we just dig that for whatever reason we do.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of our videos. And then most importantly, don't forget to click on the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our podcasts.
Yeah, I think we've covered those. And sorry if we're kind of rattling through these, but we want to kind of flesh out the tropes, and we'll talk a little bit more about them at the end there.
Nice.
If you're good.
Yeah. If you're good. Otherwise, that'll be your horror, and you'll have been traumatized and have to survive.
What dang.
And I will feel empathy for you.
Yeah. But it's funny, horror, mystery, and crime.
Yeah.
3 of the genres we wrote down all overlap a lot.
They do.
Especially, like I said, Criminal Minds. That's all of them.
It's true.
The
serial killers present the horror.
Right.
than the trauma. The mystery is what they're like the people are solving. And it's also like a crime thing because it's in the legal. I think the difference between mystery and crime sometimes is like how interwoven it is with like law enforcement. Like, I might be wrong about that. Like, I don't know where the difference is between the two.
Well,
otherwise.
So again, you can mix this, like you say, with any of them. Crime is specifically like the judicial and the like
the system.
The system.
Yeah,
you know, that's definitely procedural. That is what crime is. Now, mystery is usually, it can be anything. Like Knives Out is a mystery.
Okay.
And it does have some cop things, but it's the Sherlock Holmes,
right.
you know, that kind of
So
person.
when you put both of them together, then it's both.
Yes.
Because you're solving the mystery and then you're dealing with the legal crime.
Right.
But that's not crime solving. That's more like the court system.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Court procedurals.
Because we've seen like cool court things where like they find their way through the mystery and they figure out the mystery so they can solve the court, you know, the court case, and they do this wonderful speech at the end and like everybody's clapping for them because that's what happens in court.
I think that started with like Perry Mason.
Sure.
I say started with, don't hold me to that. My experience does not go back that far. I saw Perry Mason. I didn't see a lot of earlier stuff. So yeah, we're like, because of the court case, like there's this ongoing investigation and like stuff comes in at the last minute. So you often combine those two.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a horror in the background, but I feel like that plot trope is actually like, that's almost like a subgenre, is like the mystery crime,
right?
Like hybrid.
I want to add the word thriller to this.
Yes.
Too. I know that's why I was saying it at first. And it was like, there was zero context for that.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe thriller is like the overarching umbrella over both mystery and crime.
Yeah.
Or potentially could be.
Ruling out political thriller a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That's often a different thing.
But that's also a mystery too, usually, because it's like, how are these two people, how is one trying to get power over each other? You know, that's
right.
Mm-hmm.
The thriller part.
It's almost like institutional thriller in a way. Yeah. But either way, like, because a lot of the tropes do overlap, I think is what you guys are really getting to.
Yeah.
And defining them, there are distinctions, but they're both just very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're solving solving the case and then prosecuting the case.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go together, you know?
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, I feel like you either have one or the other. Like, yeah, sometimes you solve the case and you get the prosecution, but sometimes when you're like solving the mystery, and even if there's a case that follows up, doesn't matter to some people because that's kind of like its own story.
Yeah.
And then,
Sherlock Holmes ignored the legal part of it almost entirely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then and then the crime part would be the procedural is like, how do we get this guy convicted? Like, you know,
yeah, it's the crime and punishment, you know?
Yeah. And murder.
Yeah. Murder is an ongoing plot device in mystery. Like it's to the point of like the murder mystery is what people are into murder mysteries,
right?
Like
a lot,
not just mystery, murder mysteries.
Well, it is, other than romance, like genuinely one of the biggest genres that are out there with books sold, audio and like physical books too. It's like romance and I think mystery,
documentary kind of like things too that they do. The murder porn is what they call it. Yeah, no.
I might just put all of them in a new genre I call dopamine fiction.
Honestly, it's what
something
it is.
easy. It's like, oh, I bet he's gonna get him.
And at this point, I bet there's also a very distinct way that the story is being told, like the promise, progress, and payoff, like the setup, the anticipation, and the catharsis, you know, of it.
And you're getting all these clues that are like, you know, they're hints towards like they're like they move the plot along,
right?
But like they're less relevant in crime because then it's just evidence,
right?
The clues lead you to evidence, and then the evidence ends up in court, you know,
right?
So I feel like the plot tropes for these are like there's a lot of overlap, and you know, murder being the main one.
Yeah,
I feel like it's the easy one because it's like the most extreme. People want like, why did he get murdered? He must have done something bad, you know?
Yeah, and I know in both, often, especially in the older stuff, one of the main motivations, which is, you know, part of the plot, arguably, is like inheritance disputes, money issues.
Yeah.
or even like corporate rights or something like, they're getting this
yeah.
land and there's oil under that land. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids.
Have you ever seen, the old, like, there's a Scooby-Doo spoof where it's like, oh, this is not the real them. This is actually, and they pull it off, but they actually rip their face off and everything. It's like, oh no.
Mr. Jenkins.
It was
great.
dumb, but it was
that sounds like it would be a cyanide and happiness thing.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Yes. But I think a common thing between both of them is that they often, regardless of whether or not they start with murder being a part of it, but also I think desperate motivations is a crucial step to those genres.
Yeah. Some kind of desperation.
Yeah. Where somebody, I don't know, is either hiding something because they're desperate or they need something because they're desperate. And desperate is not just like in the pathetic sense, just like
money.
Yeah. Like without this thing, I will not be the same.
Money or keeping a secret.
Covering somebody else's secret up. You know?
Cover-ups, money.
Family.
Yeah. So those are all kind of staples of both of those genres. Yeah. And then with the crime and the procedural, a lot of it's not so much, it's more like a storytelling trope, which is like the procedural, like the format, formulaic nature of the storytelling. But we'll breeze by that. It's not a lot.
But this next genre, it's one of my favorites. I love Westerns so much. I blame my dad. I also probably blame my mom too, because she loved horses, I'll
blame my mama.
Mama.
How come you didn't turn out to be a horse girl? I'm surprised.
That honestly is a good question. I do love centaurs.
Oh, so you went halfway.
I did.
I want a horse that can hold me back.
Oh man,
that's good.
Oreos from Chronicles of Narnia. I love
Centaurs are technically insects.
But there's what?
Oh, because they have
4 horse legs. And
yeah. The question
look at the thorax on that one.
I know, Susie.
And then the question always comes: how do they wear pants? Just on the back half, or like on the 2 front legs?
They're like thigh highs.
Yeah.
The trick question: they don't wear pants.
Yeah, you can see everything.
Oh my gosh. But something about because I'm really trying to stick to, because when we made this list, transparency, everybody, we lost the idea of like plot tropes specifically. And we just started listing tropes. And so now we're kind of dissecting which ones are plot, which ones are setting, which ones are tone.
Yeah. Just like come up with all the things at the end of the night.
Yeah. And it's just what happens. But cowboys and horsies, I do think that is plot driven. Because cowboys are often cowboys like for a reason.
When cowboys were a specific group of like they were the outlaws, actually.
Right.
Anyone who's seen the movie Tombstone knows more about that than a lot of people. But yeah, they're it's like land pirates, really.
That is very true.
Land shark.
Because somebody tried making the argument that pirates should be included in Westerns.
I don't know who could have said
Weirdly,
that.
I don't know.
Somebody who's obsessed with pirates.
But I do think that you're right that they're outlaws. They are on their own. They're usually seeking some, I don't want to say selfish gains, because it's not always like fortune and glory for them.
Right.
But it's just their own path.
Kind of like maintaining the freedom of the untamed West.
Ooh, very well said.
Like it's pirates kind of like that too, but they're it's funny, like they diversify their portfolio and their crew a bit more. It's like, like cowboys are almost more like racist pirates.
Racist white pirates.
Racist land pirates.
Because pirates, you can't all the words that I'm trying to think of for flying, steering, running a ship.
Yeah, piloting
a ship,
sailing.
Yeah, you pilot a ship.
You can't sail a ship by yourself. You need a crew. Whereas if you're a cowboy, it's a 1-horse town. You have 1 horse, and you don't need several people to get from point A to point B as a cowboy.
It's really honestly, it's Wild West gang warfare.
Yeah, absolutely.
More so than piracy tended to be. You didn't get cowboys as privateers so much. I mean, they would do some jobs for money.
Sure.
But
mostly they're just trying to live and be free, right?
Well, and have like a two to those ends, have a monopoly on certain like resources and trades and like illicit activities, like the mob or gangs or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it is about like being outside of law and order.
Yeah. And they thrived on that because correct me if I'm not, but cowboys being outlaws also happen to typically be like Civil War, like, I don't know if veterans is the right word, but usually post Civil War. Is that incorrect?
I don't know enough about my cowboy history.
Okay.
I would imagine that a lot of them never actually fought. Some did.
Or were deserters, maybe.
And maybe some wanted like it opened up. They were tired of that kind of life and they're like, I'll go west. Yeah. Like, I'm tired of living within this society that functions this way. I will go out west and find my fortune. Sure. Just like people left Europe and came to the Caribbean to do the same thing.
True.
And there were people over there and they like, what?
Yeah. And also and leading to another Wild West trope, the gold rush. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of people went west to make their fortune. It's also why a lot of people went to the New World. Like, hey, there's gold. Let's go pillage it all.
Yeah. Right. And they kept on going west and all of a sudden like, that's a big ocean. I'll stop.
Yeah.
And then California was made. That's true
pretty
story.
Much all of history right there.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
American history. It's all the history you need. Yeah. I guess to that point, Westerns are a bit of American history. I mean, they are that part of where we where we expanded into the entirety of the United States and made it a livable place. You know, it's towns start going up, cities start going up.
Conquer the frontier.
Yeah, so like you could argue it was already livable. Lots of people were living there.
Yes, true.
But like it's that like line from Paint Your Wagon. They civilize left. They civilize right. They civilize left. They civilize right. Till nothing is left, till nothing is right.
Wow.
It's livable in a civilization, like Western civilization kind of way.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of livability that they wanted to create there.
But you're right. People already lived there. And
they were fine.
Yeah.
We could have left them alone, but
yeah.
I wasn't here. I was
Robert De Niro. Calm down.
He was here. Gosh. And
I'm gonna zoom in on your face on that one.
With that too, revenge stories are super common in Westerns.
Where you get lawlessness, you get lawless behavior. Yeah. And that generates a lot of need for revenge.
That's true. That's
like
true.
Family disputes too. A lot of time you killed like one of my family. Now the whole family's gonna come and kill one of yours or take out your whole family. You know,
or you jumped my gold claim or
that too,
whatever, left me for dead in the desert.
Is Sisu a Western?
Oh, it is a harsh frontier based story.
It's a Swedish Western.
Finnish.
Is it Finnish Western?
Finnish Western is just Swedish.
If you don't finish your Western, you're not going to get dessert.
Well, because Finland is west of Russia, and man, did he kill a lot of Russians.
You better stay home in Russia, boy. That's how they talk in Finland.
Yeah. Obviously. But yeah, Westerns. Something about them. Obviously, I love it.
Again, it's kind of the unknown. People like the unknown.
Those frontier plots, like that's why I was saying about pirates. Like they dovetail a lot with that because it's kind of like frontiersmanship plots. You even see it in like sci-fi kind of stuff, like a little bit with Firefly. Same motives.
Yeah. Space Western.
Yeah, like maintaining that freedom, just continue. You know. And that's why they put Western music to it, you know?
Yes.
And it works so well.
The Mandalorian is actually, I think, another really good example of a space Western, too, because he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah. Bounty hunters were a lot more active than law enforcement in some areas.
Because law enforcement didn't want to be there.
Yeah. I mean, like the whole thing with the marshals. Like,
you're
not calling the police.
Got agendas, man.
Like you don't last as long as a sheriff in the West.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of times. Make the wrong people mad.
So a lot of those plots are just about lawless behavior and the consequences of it.
That's true.
Where there is no law.
Yeah, and what do you do when you bring the law to the potluck?
When your life is no longer
potluck. Who invited the lawman?
We already got enough law at this potluck.
We didn't salt the potatoes.
There's no paprika on the lawman.
Everyone brought a bag of law.
I don't know what accent that is.
No, it's a Western style.
Sorry.
And they're just mispronouncing lard wrong. Lard.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Lord and
how I love to
Lord.
cooking you.
Don't you feel like you're in a Western now?
Oh my God.
And
What?
war.
Yeah.
War,
Speaking of
it's almost-
feelings, war is another one of my favorite genres.
You're a very violent person.
Yeah. So I like martial arts movies and westerns and war. And
And bruising
I
me.
just want to see big, tough, ripped men fighting each other.
Can you blame me?
No, I get it. It's
And
fine.
it's okay if they have their shirts on.
You
I
almost
don't
did a
mind that.
Hispanic accent.
Oh, I was so
It's
close,
okay.
guys. It's okay. I don't
It's
know.
okay.
I can't do it. I've tried, but
Yeah.
yes, war. I think what it is, it's often like our number one here is those unwinnable scenarios, and what does this troop, this group, this battalion, or sometimes one or two, soldiers or people, like how are they going to get through it?
Mhm.
And it's that overcoming or triumphing like harsh realities or
Like Battle of the Bulge. Or,
yes.
I haven't not seen this movie, so correct me if I'm wrong, but Enemy at the Gates,
I'm not seeing it.
Is
like
that the
enemy
one-
snipers.
Yeah.
Oh.
With Jude Law and who else was it? Yeah, but they were just two snipers just trying to find and kill each other.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's pretty fantastic.
I'll be right back. I gotta go watch a movie.
Yeah.
His favorite genre.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
Jude Law and somebody else. I can't remember.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah.
We got enough law in this movie.
I'm
Gosh.
overloaded.
Because I do love snipers too. Like that is another
Yeah.
concept that I love. I mean, the sniper character from Saving Private Ryan is probably one of my favorite characters of all
Okay,
time.
I'll just put this out there so that it makes sense to everyone everywhere. Sniper stories are competence porn.
Fair
There we go.
Yeah.
Mystery solved.
I had to grab the mic with both hands to declare that.
I do declare.
I do declare there's too much loud.
Yeah, it's all about precision and
Yeah.
timing and stealth
Yeah.
and all those things that are just rife for competence porn.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Or
absolutely.
ripe for-
There's some really
rife
cool
with.
Yeah,
things
Rifle
about
with
what's that?
rifle.
Rifle. To that point, like there's some really cool scenes in that movie where like they'll eat snow so their breath will be cold so they can't see the
That's
yeah.
cool.
And then also like they won't lift their cyberscope cover until they're ready to fire because they can reflect and show their position. Like cool. There's like a lot. I think was all sourced. I think it was all like legit. I think these were real people, to be honest. I can't remember. It might
The
be based on-
actors.
Yes, the actors. They didn't have AI back then.
Yeah.
But even with that said, too, like opposite to the unwinnable scenarios, like I mentioned, it's about the group that'll get through it, and so that ragtag band
Yeah.
of troops behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
I don't know who
you
wrote
get,
that.
Like the Dirty
10
Dozen.
times faster. I like it. No, I
Yeah.
like it.
The Dirty Dozen is a classic example.
Yeah.
That old Lee Marvin, like Telly Savalas, that movie. Yeah, like they're all prisoners, and the only way, like, it's either 30 years in the stockade or death, or you go do this mission.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
What do you
of course,
choose?
we're
Yeah.
going to put you against impossible odds because we're not going to assign people we care about to do this.
Right.
So that's a classic example. Or you get Kelly's Heroes, like people going rogue out of the military, going behind enemy lines to rob a bank. Great movie, by the
Never
way.
seen it. Yeah.
Has all the Hollywood greats back then. Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Oh,
Telly Savalas again. Don Rickles.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, all these guys.
Huh.
But yeah, no, like that ragtag band of troops behind enemy lines, even
Mhm.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
100%.
and
Mhm.
it's all about like you increase the stakes to create this even thicker bond between the people,
Mhm.
but also to show all the tensions they're dealing with.
Yes.
Like it amplifies all the tension,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they have to either come closer or like start fracturing. Like you see some of both in Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yes.
like, why are we doing this mission? You know?
Mhm.
And some of the tropes for wars too is just that obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but usually there's an army, you know, or some kind of like two
Yeah.
great factions going against each other, you know,
Right.
and that's a big thing. And people,
There's like usually in the war genre, there's like a war.
yes,
Some
thank
kind
you.
of opposition.
But-
Just giving shit.
No, it's good. But you made me lose my train of
Oh,
thought. You son
sorry.
of a, no, I was kidding.
How dare you? I'm just kidding.
No, I think I got it. So in war, where they have these two opposing forces, like a lot of times a lot of people have lived through a war of some sort and everything, especially during World War II. And we have so many stories about World War II is that because I think people relate to it so easily because they know what it was like to live in those situations, or they're fascinated by the concept that people can go to engage in each other in these large scale like operations, and so one of the plot tropes is like, how do we overcome the other army? Like, how do we either be through like psychological warfare or like just mutual destruction,
advancing the strategy.
Yeah.
That plot trope.
Yeah.
Like, how do we move this ball forward, basically?
Right.
And it's not always the central plot, because like that might be too dry for the central plot, but it is a big plot trope in there, is just showing the strategy at each stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like a chess match.
Absolutely,
It's portrayed that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big one.
War, I think, has several, but I think that those three are three big ones at least.
Yeah.
Conquest in general,
Yeah. And sometimes it's just to see how you win a victory in war and everything, and what like these people did to go to war. Like even Troy was just like, they went to war of a woman, like, and it is, see, that's a weird thing. Cause is that a war film, or is that like just an action adventure film with like war scenes in it?
Or is it mythology?
Or because Achilles, right?
Yeah, evidence it happened, but like not whether it happened over a woman. Unlikely.
Right. Like they
She
didn't have
was
anything
really hot,
better
man.
to do. I mean, I'd go to war for Lupita Nyong'o.
Because I think war has to a lot of times be specifically like an actual war that happened. I don't know if we can consider anything that isn't a war genre that isn't like historical.
Starship Troopers. I mean, it's sci-fi.
It's sci-fi, but I would say
horror. Is it sci-fi horror?
War horror. It's war with WH.
Yeah.
Because but again, it's like, again, setting versus plot. Like I feel like it's a war setting, but it's not a war plot. Well,
yeah, war is one of those things that can happen in different genres.
Yeah.
It could be historical fiction, contemporary.
But I don't think you'll never find Starship Trooper in the war section of a movie theater or of a video store or something.
It's almost like war sections have to be about like wars that happen
Yeah, that's
here
what
on
I'm
Earth.
thinking.
I think I'm kind of agreeing with
So
you.
it's like contemporary and historical fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's more like there's a genre of sci-fi, a subgenre called military sci-fi.
Sure.
Because military occurs in a bunch of different genres.
Yeah.
What would Doug's books be considered? Doug?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, David.
David. What would David's books be considered?
Oh, yeah, I would say probably like thriller,
Military?
like military thriller, political thriller.
Yeah. Ooh,
But probably-
political thriller.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't read his books yet, unfortunately.
You got one?
Got one right here.
One day I will too.
Yeah.
Hand in control.
Mhm.
When I retire and I can actually do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in romance, I defer to Amanda. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but
Let's put her in.
none of us are big romance readers.
Right.
Or writers. Yeah.
It sounds
Right.
like it's also like, to be romance, they have to get together at the
Yes.
end. So that's something that defines the genre.
What did she say? She
Mhm.
said happily ever after, or happy for now.
Yes.
Right.
That's
Ooh,
what she said.
good memory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
And
but-
so that brings up a question, especially since Amanda did share that with us during the interview episode. Go back and watch that one. It's a great episode.
15.
It's one of our favorites.
Nice.
It's not romance unless it has those things. And so with the rest of these that we've talked about, without the tropes that we talked about, or without any tropes in general, could the genre survive? It's a big question.
If you got rid of murder, mystery would take a huge hit, because it's such a huge part of the mystery
It's
genre.
true. It's
Like
true.
if there were no murder mysteries, just other mysteries,
Mhm.
I mean, a
can't-
smaller
that's a
thing.
critical blow.
It is true, but I think it would
Yeah.
survive.
It would survive. It
Yeah.
would just be. It's like, Sauron without the One Ring.
That's a good point, because there are other mysteries too.
Yeah,
Like,
well, Knives Out is, again, keep going back to that.
Right.
There's some murder in there,
yeah.
but it's not always the focus.
Mhm.
Like I would say it's more about, well, no, actually everyone has a murder.
Okay, they do.
Yeah, so never mind.
But
You're
not
right.
every Sherlock Holmes story has a murder, does it?
No,
Right.
but there's enough of it that, and again, Sherlock Holmes doesn't define the whole genre, but Sherlock Holmes would be a huge part of what remained of the genre
Fair.
if they got rid of murder, and even a
True.
bunch of Sherlock Holmes would go away.
Would you
Right.
consider like shows like medical shows like House and everything as like a medical like mystery? Because those are all
I'd say medical procedural.
Procedural. Okay.
So it's not quite crime, but again, that's like a storytelling method.
Sure.
Right.
So medical would be like its own genre, like medical drama, you know. And then the procedural is like the storytelling trope.
Sure.
So I don't know. That's a whole other.
Yeah.
Like we have not covered all the genres by any means.
No. I personally don't think that Westerns could survive without cowboys.
Without the literal cowboys or without horsemen?
Or centaurs.
Like the literal gang of people who identified themselves as cowboys.
Just the idea of cowboys, the guy in the hat with the spurs and like.
But that was mostly just how people dressed when they traveled through desert.
Yeah. Fine. Outlaws.
Outlaws. Okay.
Okay.
It's like you know, like hey, do away with the Crips and the Bloods are still fine. You know, like,
right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think to your point though, yeah, like without the outlaws, it just becomes like Wild West where everybody just kind of agrees to be okay to each other. Like
then it's just like it's honestly just genocide fiction.
Oh Jesus.
You know.
Those four
Moving
Native
on.
men.
Yeah, you can cut that out.
Personally, another one that I don't think, like, I think fantasy does need some level of magic.
Yeah.
But that could be interpreted in many ways.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could only be mythological creatures. It could be like people casting spells.
Yeah.
But yeah, without that, otherwise it's just like alternate Earth.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if you have no magic, but you have elves, that's like mythical creatures.
Right.
But what makes it special? Like if they live longer because they're genetically more stable than humans or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's always hard to define all of these, but I think what are the things that if you remove them would be a critical blow to the genre.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a critical one. Like you remove magic from fantasy.
Advanced technology from sci-fi.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or space.
But again, like sometimes we're kind of naming like things, not
plots.
But like,
well, exploration. Then I would say for sci-fi.
Exploration.
Exploration. Yeah. And if you removed, like
survivor mentality from horror.
Yeah. Like if you remove the trauma, like people being like, hell, if you removed murder from that, you know,
right.
Yeah,
true.
no murder in horror.
I'm just gonna scare you a little bit, you know. Well, that's kind of like that's kind of like some of those movies, though. I feel like when I watch like Paranormal Activity, I'm like, what is this like?
It's about the tone with those.
Yeah,
I think if you remove the brotherhood dynamic from Western or from war,
yeah.
Ooh.
But
because it'd be just individualism for people that like no one person wins a war. So you have to have like that kind of like that brotherhood.
But with that said, those are our thoughts on plot tropes by genres. Like Oscar said, we didn't touch on a lot of genres. There are more. And obviously as we talked, we realized that some of them are categorized like within an umbrella of, you know, certain like of other genres.
Yeah.
That was not very specific.
We'll drill down into these in more detail one at a time in other episodes, but we wanted to get some of these tropes out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just talk about them.
It's true.
Podcast is a trope of millennials.
It really is. And with that said, thanks for joining us. We are Bards and Balladeers. I'm Kate.
I'm Oscar.
I'm Rio.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.